Hello. Let's work on the Probst company question. So they acquired a trademark several years ago, and at this point they realized that it's impaired due to certain economic conditions. This trademark was not being amortized because it had been previously considered to be indefinite. So this was purchased at $60,000. But right now, they established that it's now worth $40,000. Under US GAAP, we would record an impairment loss. So the loss on impairment will be the difference between the fair value and the cost. So loss on impairment for the difference between the cost of the trademark and the now fair value. So we have the cost was $60,000, and at the present time we have it at $40,000. So we have $20,000 of an impairment loss. So we record the $20,000 impairment. The next requirement is saying what if this company is using IFRS? How would this be recorded if it's established that the fair value of the use of the trademark is $45,000? If it is $45,000 under IFRS, we would use the $45,000 instead of the $40,000. So our loss on impairment is going to be the $60,000 minus the $45,000. So we would have $60,000 minus $45,000. So the impairment would only be $15,000 if we're using IFRS. So $15,000. And the last requirement is what if that instead that the estimated fair value was $70,000 at the end of 2016? How would they account for this using US GAAP, and what about under IFRS? Under US GAAP, we would not be allowed to revalue it upwards. So we would not revalue the trademark upwards to $70,000. But if we're using IFRS, we're allowed to increase the value of the trademark to $70,000. So for IFRS, this is allowed. The companies are allowed to record an upward change in value. Note that there is detailed list of differences between IFRS and US GAAP in the appendix of the textbook. So we have additional, actually not, it's a summary, but it does give a longer list of differences between US GAAP and IFRS for all the chapters in the textbook. So that's it for this problem.